Hey guys, my name is Jason. A lot of you know me as someone who likes to work out, is into bodybuilding. What a lot of you don't know is the potential dark side that I feel like a lot of people experience, and they might not even compete in bodybuilding, you know, just people in general. Um, why do people work out? I'll give you a little backstory about myself. Um, I got into fitness and working out because I realized in high school that I never knew my grandfather because he had cancer and he had diabetes. So I promised myself I didn't want to end up like that. So that happened between my junior and senior years in high school. That's why I started to exercise and take it more serious and to learn about nutrition and vitamins and minerals. Fast forward, picked up my first bodybuilding magazine in 2001. Been wanting to compete just to go through the process because as far back as the fourth grade was the first time a classmate had called me fat, and it stuck with me. So I was self-conscious all throughout, elementary, intermediate, high school, low self-esteem, never dated. So I wanted to prove to myself that I could get in that shape, thinking that girls are gonna like it, but in the end, looking back at it, they really don't. Honestly, I get hit on by more guys than girls, so it is what it is. Um, but all throughout the years of working out and being so vigilant on going to the gym, partially because I liked it, I enjoyed it. The other side of it was because I was hurting all the time, hurting emotionally, mentally. Went through relationship after relationship. Um, it wasn't until I took a step back and realized, hey, maybe there's something going on inside of me that needs to be reconciled, that needs to be healed for things to work, right? So about 2017, 18, made some friends out in LA, went through the Landmark program, met a lot of great friends, a couple of mentors. And what it is it's a high level psychology course that really unravels roadblocks that you didn't know existed. And the last part of it, you do a community project. And so that really helps me because it took the focus off of me in wanting to help out other people. And I've always been that way. Even before the program, Thanksgiving, I go to downtown Las Vegas and feed the homeless. I make my own peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, hand warmers, water bottles, and I go down there. Just because at that point in time, in about 2000 and I don't know, 10 or so, I didn't have any family up here. So holidays were always kind of lonely, right? So then I go, do things like that to, in a way, cheer me up. But through the process of healing or going through those battles, what I also ended up doing for a long time, even up until the Landmark program where I finished it, I kept myself so busy from working 60 to 80 hours a week, creating a clothing brand, trying to train myself, trying to train other people to the point where when I was in California, I really didn't get to enjoy much of it as I'd like to because I was working myself to death. I was tired all the time. I couldn't enjoy life. I burnt out multiple times, right? And all this to keep my mind preoccupied from overthinking and to prevent myself from feeling some kind of way. So, over those spans of years from about 2018 to 20-ish, part of my healing that I did was also I promised myself not to date for a year. from 18 to 19. And a year went by, no problem. I was like, you know what? I don't need to date. I'll just keep working myself to death. Along came 2020. And I probably didn't date for a good almost 3 years. I just didn't have the need for it. You know how some people will date someone and then they'll break up with them and they'll keep dating and dating and dating and dating, and then they ask themselves, why do I keep meeting the same type of people? It's the energy that you're holding and that you're putting out, that you're attracting the same person with a different face and different name because that person didn't heal themselves, right? So when you put into perspective, if you're in that situation where you're dating the same type of people that you despise, it's not them, it's really you. You need to figure out, what do I need to heal in my past experiences that will take me out of this phase and attract someone that I truly want to be with. So releasing that toxic energy in reality. Going back to working out because I had a passion for it. The COVID shutdowns actually helped me get back into it because I found a gym that was still open. And when I go there in the morning, there were sometimes just one other person in the gym, or I had the whole gym to myself before work. So then training became fun again. I got to go in the gym and experience, okay, how can I do this exercise or that exercise to feel the muscles differently, to feel it better, right? That was always the fun that I had in the gym, was how can I feel the muscles, to break them down, to build them up stronger and bigger, and to get that blood flow, that pumping, right? You know how good the pump feels when you're in the gym? It's euphoric, really. It's one of the best feelings ever. And having that feeling of, I'm going to the gym because I enjoy it, not because I have to, not because I'm trying to impress someone, not for all these other outside reasons, right? Again, I've been through it. I've heard it hundreds of times. I'm going to work out so I can look good for someone, or I'm going to attract someone like that, or I'm going to meet someone at the gym, or etc., right? Usually when people have that type of motivation, it never lasts. Those are the people who end up quitting, or they start to resent it. That's just my observation over, near 22, 23 years of training. That's what I've seen. Even working in nutrition stores, I hear all the stories, right? So the main message I want to broadcast today to you is the reasons why people take something healthy like working out, but then mask it and band-aid it for a toxic reason, right? So you could look at it as twofold. I started to work out because I want to be healthy and not be like my grandfather who was sick all the time. At the same time, I pushed and pushed and pushed on this side because I was emotionally hurt from all these years of being called fat, of not being able to get dates, of hating the way I looked, of being self-conscious, of having low self-esteem. So for me, it wasn't until about 2018-19 when the big transition happened for me, to where now it's like, okay, the last 2 years, I've kept my abs pretty, I'm fairly good condition for being at this age, right? And for having the background of being a fat kid my entire life. To go through those mental hurdles of feeling confident, of loving yourself no matter what, and doing something because you enjoy it, rather than using a motivation because you're hurt. One of the big things that I always used to do is I always used to play angry music, angry heavy metal music whenever I trained, right? The adrenaline starts going and you start, hating the world, whatever. Over the last 5 to 6 years, when I did wear headphones to the gym in my workouts, I'd be playing motivational speeches by Eric Thomas, David Goggins, those kind of guys. I don't wear them anymore because they broke, unfortunately, but at this point in my training, I feel like I don't really need it, because what my mind is purely focused on now is, am I feeling the muscles properly? Am I engaging them properly? Do I feel safe in the exercise and the movement? Am I going to hurt myself? Do I feel good? Do I keep pushing? So I'm more focused on the biomechanics and the technique rather than just forcing weights up, right? And when that happens, people get hurt. So I think it's came full circle where if I can get through my obstacles, my pitfalls, my roadblocks, anyone can do it, right? This is coming from a kid who was, again, chubby his entire life, right? And who had the lowest of low self-esteems, who at some point in time would blame other people for his issues or his problems, right? Or I just didn't like myself. And to sit here and share with everyone in the world, like, no, it's possible. It's possible to transition and to go back to you just being a kid and enjoying life. I think that's why a lot of you start to notice I probably post a lot of videos of puppies or dogs, because honestly, they remind me of kids, of little babies, the pure souls, also happy, never learned what hate is, never learned what racism is. They're just being themselves. And that's the purest innocence and most authentic, genuine way to be in this world, right? Is to be you before you went through your pitfalls and your hardships, right? I think that's such a beautiful thing to experience. And I think that no matter what you do in life, what your hobbies are, that you're going to stick with it because that's who you are. It's a part of you, right? It's not a schedule. It's not, I have to be here for this, I have to be here for that. Feeling like it's a chore to wake up to do cardio, feeling like it's a chore to do an ab workout. No, it's because you like it, because you enjoy it. And this is what makes you happy, right? So I hope this has helped you. If you need to reach out, send me a DM. I can get you help, I can talk to you, or I can refer you to a mentor, and just be you.